Pride matters to me because having grown up throughout Section 28, being in schools and me not being able to gain any help or support from anybody because I didn't know who I could turn to, having seen the movement of Pride to where it is now, where hundreds of thousands of people line the streets of London and we are all together and we are all proud, that for me is what Pride in London is all about.
When people see trans pals marching in Pride, I want them to see that we are real people living real lives. And I want them to understand that our existence isn't a subject for debate, and we have every bit as much right as anybody else to enjoy a full life, being proud of who we are.
Back in the mid-80s, it was more of a demonstration than a parade. There was lots of hostility on the streets. People were shouting at us, people were throwing bricks at us. We had no media coverage whatsoever. So contrast that with last year, my first year marching with the food chain. It was amazing because it was a complete celebration. You know, there were thousands and thousands of people. A lot more love was in the air.
It is a chance for us to remember that all the people that we have also lost to HIV and AIDS. It's a good way of reminding the world that HIV is still with us and to mark the lives that are lost and celebrate those too.
Unfortunately, LGBT hate crime does still happen and we know that it's massively underrepresented. So if I don't stand up for who I am and be proud of what I am, how can I expect someone else to do the same and come forward when they have had an issue just for being themselves?
So often there can be a sense of shame, I think particularly in the church.
I've seen people kind of in tears before as we've walked past and just knowing that a space that they've perceived to be completely off limits to them, it actually isn't, and there is kind of room for them, and there are people who believe that God loves them exactly as they are and completely embraces all parts of their identity.
To see Muslims marching within Pride, it shows that there's no reason to feel left out and to feel alone and isolated. We're all here for you.
It's really important for us to just have basic human rights that everyone else has. I hear all the time that people say, why do we still need Pride? And we really do. And we happen to be really privileged to live in London and have all the best of gay rights, but there's still a way to go. And we have to march for all the people in all the countries they can't march and they can't be out, and for people in families where they can't be out. And as long as that still exists, we march.
If you think to countries where, like Bermuda, where gay marriage was legal and now it's not, so there's a lot of hard fighting for our rights that so could easily be taken away.
Well, opening doors to me is very special because I joined it about 5 years ago, and it's for all the LGBT plus people who were marginalised and perhaps even criminalised in the old days when I was growing up. And to be able to walk through the centre of London showing exactly who we are is to me the greatest revelation of my life and the happiest part of it all.